Welcome back to another video. I have my lovely assistant, my daughter, being the camera woman. So today we're going to talk about making our own book. So this is a business project that I wanted to do for a very long time because I have a little daughter. I have a lovely little daughter, haven't I? This project is really good because we can make our own school books for Rainy. We can make our own storybooks to sell online. We can, make a business out of it, but also like English, we can do our own English study books as well. So there's lots of benefits from making our own books, as well as making some money. I've got my information off of YouTube, okay, and it said to buy a printer. Fairly obvious, that is. So we've got our own printer over there. We have this Epson printer. Instead of swapping out the cartridges, we actually got liquid ink and we can actually fill it up by pouring it in. And it saves money because you don't actually have to buy the cartridge. You just have to have the top up of ink. That was a bit of a good tip that I found online. Saves you money from every time that you have to refill. So folding your book, your main cover, that's very important. And there's this lady online that had a scoring panel, okay? And you get given a plastic knife and you've got a scoring panel and it's got measuring the dimensions on this panel. And all you do is score it, yeah? You make the creases yourself. It's very clever, but at the same time, it's a bit time consuming. So she did bring out her electric scorer in the end. And that is the one that I am going to use. I'm going to find it somewhere in Thailand. I'm sure I can find it, but that's the one that I'm going to be looking for. So when you're actually making the book, writing the book, making the photos, there's an order that you have to put the book in. So when you're making the pages up, we got recommended to do it on Canva. So my wife is actually study Canva. It's all in Thai. She's going to get her teeth into that and really learn how to do the photography, the photos, how to write, how to be more specific to, let's say if it's a children's book, let's say if it's more specific to education, learning English, stuff like this. So the order that we have to write is, let's say this is page 1, we have to put the last page here, and then we have to keep going back and forth. So let's say it's a 10-page book. So 1, 10, 2, 9, 3, 8. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's the order that you have to do the pages. So we're just learning these things as we go along, as you can see. We also got told that we should print double-sided on the page just to save paper, which financially is a very wise move to do. Makes it a little bit more complicated, I would say, when you put the book together. And then when we put all the pages together to make the book, that is going to be the real problem of mastering how to do it first time rather than cutting it up. And I don't know, you probably can't even cut it up, can you, to adjust your mistakes. You just have to make sure you studied well beforehand. And that is part of the setup as well, study what I've done now. And I'm sharing it with you guys. We need a guillotine, and that's to make sure that the book is at the right size, because you get leftover pieces of paper and then you have to cut them off. So you have to buy yourself a guillotine, and that's another tool. That's another tool that I'm still having to find. And apparently you can do 16 books at the same time. 16 books as in 72 pages kind of book, so small, but what we need. How to bind the books, you need to find binding glue. So they're already the length of the book, and you just cut them to size. And that means that you have to buy a thermal binding machine, which melts the glue and completes your book, really. So let's grab that book there. So you see this Canva book. The glue obviously goes on the side, and you put it in the machine like this, like that. And you have to leave it for a couple of minutes for it to melt the glue and then bind it all together. And I guess you just have to measure it. You have to put it in the machine and make the settings. Depending on how thick your book is, that's what you've got to have to do. And that's it. That is it. So just in summary, we've got a printer. We've got a printer that you don't have to have cartridges. We've got it where you can top it up with liquid oil. How to fold your book. We've got a manual way but at the same time, it's not for us. We're going to probably have to buy the electric scoring machine, you know, just to speed up the process. Book, page, order, we're going to have to educate ourselves a bit more on that, especially if we're printing double-sided to save money. And also it helps like not waste paper as well. I don't know about you, but I'm not really keen on wasting paper if I don't have to. Guillotine, have to buy a guillotine to cut the book to size, and you can get a good guillotine that can do like 16 books at once. It just saves you like remeasuring on the guillotine. And the book binding glue with the thermal binding machine. You know, I've got the printer, and we've got a laptop to do the actual book and print out the pages. And that's the first step. So actually we've got plenty of time to find and buy the rest of the tools needed. Yeah, we just be patient, we carry on learning, we'll have your support, and you can join us on the journey by just liking and subscribing all of the videos that come up, and you know, you get to see the little one being a more proficient, professional camera woman as well. It's going to be a family adventure, business adventure. I don't know about you, but I always support the local cafes if it's family run, you know, the family businesses. So this is going to be like a family bookstore or a bookmaking place. We're going to make our own books. If you guys want to make your own books and you don't want to buy all the equipment, maybe in the future, if we get a bit of profit and we upgrade our machines, then you just send it our way and we can make them for you. But that's in future endeavors. For now, we're just going to learn everything, get the tools to make a couple of books, and if it picks up traction, then amazing. Then we'll keep going. But if it doesn't, then we'll just do it for fun, and we'll just document the journey as we go along. Take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.